Snowfall is finally returning with a 2 episode premiere night, and to get us ready, I said, let's break down what they have planned for us in episode 1, taking a look at the plot summary. Franklin and the gang are back and on a mission to fight for his space, respect, and community, establishing the new world order of this drug game because things are getting out of hand. The plot summary reads, business is booming in season 4 of Snowfall. It's January 1st, 1985. Ronald Reagan has won his re-election campaign, proclaiming it's morning in America, but South Central Los Angeles, it feels like the sun is getting low. The demand for crack cocaine is high, and while our crew of drug dealers led by Franklin Saint are benefiting greatly from the rise and tide of the addiction, they are also starting to become aware of the damage the drug is doing for the people and the place they love. With the entire nation taking note, the LAPD is diverting serious money and resources to the war on drugs. Politicians' phones are ringing. Powerful people are concerned from the hallways of the White House to those of the CIA headquarters, where there are whispers that one of their own may be involved in the burgeoning epidemic. Business is booming, and that's not just with the sale of crack, but politics is booming. And this year, the economy is growing, everything is on the upswing as it appears, while the foundational elements, community, and people behind it all are starting to suffer more and more with no help in sight. It will be interesting to me to see how Franklin proposes to step in and save things when the ball is already in motion. There's no closing a can of worms that has already been opened. Okay, y'all, so let's kind of go line for line within this plot summary. And let's start with morning again in America, but in South Central, it feels like the sun is getting low. I love this line because it is so succinct yet very telling. America is prospering, seeing growth, awakening to a new, and meanwhile, Black and brown communities are heading into an almost endless night that seems to only get darker with no light or morning in sight. This is speaking, I feel, mostly to the gangs that are emerging and asserting their dominance, and by result, starting to terrorize the communities most affected by crack's presence. The demand for crack cocaine is high, while our crew of drug dealers led by Franklin Saint are benefiting greatly from the rise and tide of addiction, and they are also starting to become aware of the damage the drug is doing. It was great. Well, not great for the people, but as an audience, to see how Snowfall documented the introduction and rise of crack, and now we're entering the part of the story where crack is no longer the new kid on the block, but the big bad, the force, the thing that is touching everyone's lives, whether you are on it or not. In this season, we will see how Black and brown communities completely shifted and almost a subculture, new world order developed to be able to contend with and work within the drug trade that's embedding itself permanently in the Black and brown lives. With the entire nation taking note, the LAPD is diverting serious money and resources to the war on drugs. Y'all, this is the season where they get into the war on drugs, that terrible thing that ripped our nations apart and continue to oppress Black and brown people with litigation. I can't. Politicians' phones are ringing, powerful people are concerned, and they're getting a whisper that somebody in the CIA might be helping along with this. So now we're going to finally start to see, I believe, Teddy and him actually seeing some consequences for his actions and what is actually happening, because he has gone through hell and high water to keep this mission going, and he might be losing control of the reins. This part speaks to the police enforcement presence that will increase and start to press on the known players within the drug game, namely Franklin. For the past few years, he's been able to go below the radar for the most part, but crack is moving fast, and it has now put it and all the issues that come with it front and center for the entire country to see and try to fix. We got the gist of it in the previous seasons of the political impact on the drug trade, but what we will see in this season is a much more integrated scope, and not only how politics encourage the drug trade, but also how it proposes to end it, all while still contradicting itself and fueling it further. It is so important to note the year of 1985, and we are getting into the height of the political shift that helped this epidemic go from bad to worse. Episode 1 is going to be a primer that tells us exactly where we are and what's going on in the world of South Central Los Angeles, and how it's rapidly changing daily and getting worse. So I anticipate it will look a lot worse than what we saw at the tail end of season 3. I don't know if we will see them in episode 1, but Wanda and Mel will reappear early on in the series, as they are the two personable characters that we get to see the true devastation through. It's different when you see strangers or neighborhood people succumbing to the drug versus when you see people that we know and love trapped and destroying themselves to get their next fix. But those are my thoughts and official breakdown of the plot summary for episode 1 of Snowfall season 4. If you want me to do episode synopsis videos and predictions each week, let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know what you think will happen in episode 1. What are your thoughts? What are your theories? We will be posting episode breakdowns for Snowfall each week. And if you're new here, I'm Erica Vane. I talk all things entertainment, film, and television. We are currently covering a few series like Power Book, Queen Sugar, All American, Grownish, and WandaVision, and you should join us. You can join the tribe by hitting subscribe. Make sure you like this video, and I'll see you tomorrow in my next video. Bye.